I will return to school on Thursday when a new student, Monica from Italy, has joined our class. My teacher talks to her at the start of class and asks how she's doing. My teacher had known Monica for 1 year when she attended her class. That one was a class for beginners and was only for 2 weeks during the summer holiday. When Monica speaks, her English is beautiful. Her pronunciation is excellent, and she is very fluent. My teacher was thrilled and asked Monica, "Where did you learn English so well? You speak very fluently. What school did you go to?" Monica replies, "I didn't go to school. I learned English at home. I used the advice and techniques that you taught us last summer. I did a lot of reading, shadowing, and thinking aloud. I tried to feel more in English than in Italian. This is how I improved my English. The 2 weeks I spent last summer in your class immensely helped me. You showed me the way. I knew exactly how to work on my English every day. I wanted to go to your class again because I was a beginner 1 year ago and now can speak English. I want to learn from you again." My teacher is thrilled when she hears these words. She thanks Monica for sharing her experience. It is all fascinating for me. I already know about the importance of reading. I also see the shadowing technique. But Monica also mentions thinking aloud. I am still determining what it is. So, I asked our teacher, "What is thinking aloud?" Our teacher says, "It is an effortless and powerful technique. But it would be best if you were motivated to learn English to benefit from this technique. It is also good to know that for some people, this technique is a little bit crazy. However, when you think aloud, your English can improve quickly." I say, "I want to learn. I'm okay with trying different methods, even if they seem strange. Can you show us how to do it?" Okay, it is effortless. You usually think in your native language all day, every day. It is normal. Now, you can think in English instead of your native language. And when you start thinking in English, then you can think aloud. It means that you say aloud what you think. It is all. I say, "It looks effortless. You said that it is a powerful technique. Why is it powerful?" Our teacher suggests, "Why don't you ask Monica? She's been using this technique for a year. Perhaps she can share what she's learned about it." Later, our teacher asked Monica if she could share her experience with thinking out loud. Monica agreed without hesitation. She explained, "When I began using this technique, it was challenging. I began with simple sentences like, 'I can speak English. It's good that I can speak English. I want to improve. I need to practice every day. I don't know many words, but I can use these words well. I can express my ideas with these words. I can do this. This is great." The sentences were straightforward. I realized that sentences that I thought in Italian were long and complicated. I wasn't able to say in English precisely what I was saying in Italian. I had to find a more straightforward form. Thinking in simple English took a lot of work. However, with practice, it became easier for me. Eventually, I became comfortable thinking in English. Then I had an exciting experience. I met an Australian man while he was vacationing in Italy. Even though I was still learning, we began talking in English. I could talk to him without significant problems. My sentences were still simple and short, but I could speak because I said them many times before when thinking aloud. I didn't have to translate from Italian to English in my head, as I did back using this technique. After the meeting with the man from Australia, I started to think aloud even more. This technique helped me a lot. It improved my ability to express my ideas very much. I still use it every day. It is a powerful technique. Our teacher thanks Monica for sharing her experience with thinking aloud. I decided to use this technique because I also want to speak better. I go to a cafe for my job training after school. I'm unsure what to expect because I've never worked in a cafe before. I'm not confident that I'll be able to do this job. When I came to the cafe, I was stunned. It is a modern cafe that sells coffee, tea, chocolate cakes, and sandwiches. The manager at the cafe is just 25 years old. She's been working there for more than 2 years. She knows a lot and understands everything very well. She taught me how to make coffee, clean dishes, and help customers. Everything is new to me. I only remember about 20% of what she said. However, she lets me try to correct myself when I'm wrong. She's friendly, and I learn quickly. After the first day at work, I was exhausted. I had to learn lots of new stuff, but I'm glad I have a job. The next day is Friday, and I go back to school. A student asks a good question. Sometimes when I talk, I'm unsure if I'm doing it right. I don't know if my grammar is correct. Can you help me figure out how to learn grammar? The teacher says, "Thanks for asking. There are 2 types of students here. Some learn English to talk better, while others study to pass an exam. Each group has a different approach. First, I will speak about those who need English to communicate. You don't have to study grammar extensively if this is your case. When you learn your language, you know it without checking grammar rules. You can naturally pick up English grammar by using the language regularly. Reading a lot is the best way to learn grammar naturally. Books have good grammar. Reading helps you learn grammar in sentences. I suggest shadowing too. With shadowing, you practice grammar naturally by repeating sentences. You don't need to remember the rules. Copy sentences with good grammar. The second group of students is those studying English to pass an exam. I recommend checking for this exam if you are one of these students. It can be helpful to find old test versions if they're accessible and practice with them. Although your test will have some differences, usually the setup is similar. Using previous test versions as practice material is a good idea. I suggest taking the exam only when you're doing well in your practice tests and can pass them. Did I help with your question? Yes, thank you, says the student. This is good news. I wouldn't say I like studying grammar. I'm learning English because I want to be able to speak it. I don't have to take any tests, which makes me happy, because I don't need to focus too much on studying grammar. I enjoy reading books and am glad I can learn grammar that way. I start work in the afternoon. It's only my second day, but I can do many things independently. My boss helps me when I need it. The work is pretty straightforward. Plus, I get to practice English when I talk to customers.